person-centered practices gets together and shares their learning. The agenda this week is really going to be focusing on what's going on with person-centered practices and what do we need to be doing to really move the effort even further than it has come in the past 10 years.
Be fearless. Push the envelope on everything. When people think you're a little PO, you just look at them and say, I'm not mad. I am being fearless. And I'm doing it on behalf of the people that we serve. Because I want to carve the best life for them and the best system we have. Thank you for everything that you do to make it worth every minute here.
All of you are working on how do we create a system that supports people with the lives that they want. And all of you are making amazing contributions to that. So, I'm looking forward to a week of learning from you, and I hope you find the learning that you're looking for.
We have New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, United Kingdom, Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Ontario, Canada, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Colorado, California, Australia, British Columbia, and a bunch of people from Oregon.
Jen DeVoe, timekeeper for Thursday.
And the real danger that we're looking at right now is person-centered thinking is becoming progressively more fashionable. And while I'm remarkably pleased to be fashionable, I'm also remarkably worried that people are going to think it is the answer rather than a step in the process.
And I would really like to talk about cost and resource savings with conducting PCT.
How people are using person-centered thinking and person-centered tools. We want to share with you what we're doing with our leadership plan.
Social media for social good.
Creating a buzz for coaches. I also like to do line dancing for exercise.
This is the coaches work group, which meets quarterly via phone. We decided the best way to show what we've been up to is to walk the walk, which is by developing our own one-page profile.
And then the fourth P is progress. How are we doing?
And we're actually piloting all of these changes because they're planning to implement them statewide.
We're on August 16th, we're holding an iPad tablet session.
Oh, it's really that contribution, making sure that families are really part of the whole.
So please take down last 2 minutes. Great, stay in your group to organize your story. So if we start our conversations with those assumptions, where does that lead us? I also heard someone say, it's a Law and Order episode. Okay, so I hope that worked well for you.
A dozen donuts. Who can beat me? Who wants some fresh Voodoo donuts this morning? Money all goes to the scholarship funds so we get folks here.
Decision making and supporting what we've been calling positive risk taking, and I'm not quite sure that that's the language that has historically been used has been risk management. And we were talking the other day about it really isn't about managing risk. It's very much about helping people think through the decision that they're making. The question is, what are some of the challenges or the questions that do arise as you're involved in this process of making your own decisions or supporting someone else in making decisions? This framework assumes that, if you will, the kind of prequel to this is you know the person well enough to know how they make decisions.
We've got about 27 folks online enjoying this conversation as well. And during the...
Ladies and gentlemen, Max Neal.
Conflict is the gadfly of thought. It's something that sets us at noting and contriving. Makes us think of new things to do, makes us think in new ways. Just the fact that we're creating change creates conflict, because there can't be change without conflict. It's part of everyday life, it's part of reality for people.
So
So I'm excited because today is about how do we make sure that those goals, those dreams, those choices that people want to be supported in, and that the work that we're doing is represented in the plans that they're living out, that their lives are represented in the goals that they want to achieve.
Tell me what happens when you have too many graphically gifted people in one room.
What role should planning play in people living lives of positive choice and control?
Everything was instrumental, but so I love that visualization.
A whole lot better if people know where that comes from.
You know, our traditional approach for getting information, if you need to get information on somebody, let's have a meeting.
Provide what it is that we want people to be able to take away from the class. But we are looking at what works, what doesn't work.
What are some of those characteristics of your very first jobs?
You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. From Dr. Seuss. On the back of it, I want you to turn it over. And I want you to think about and write down, what is your commitment? What is your commitment to go back and implement some of the changes that you've thought about or that you've shared? What is your personal commitment to making these things come to pass to the best of your ability?
Pie is between the molars and the bubbles.
And when I give you your word, you want to get up and go. And it's going to be 30 minutes until you come back. Off to find Ross Island. Off to find a wine.
Man.
We are looking for the glide. Please help us.
We're going on a trip around town to find out.
Concordia.
Thank God you remember the words.
Good luck.
See you in a few.
And peanut butter and bagels and chocolate chip cookies. And we finished. You benefit from that. We told Jack and Nick and Vicky and
What am I going to bring back next year? How is all of this information that I've learned, gathered, and filled my head with going to be able to be useful throughout the year for me, for my team, for other people that I'm supporting, and then what can I then bring back next year and share with everybody else?
So the best thing about this week is reconnecting with everybody, and it's about rejuvenation, and I go home inspired.
So it was my first time here, and I thought it was great. The way that the conference organized a newcomers session at the very start taught me some of the acronyms and jargon that was going to be used, and also really enjoyed the fact that everybody was very friendly about sharing their knowledge.
And great learning. I really felt like the structure that was in place this year worked really well for my learning style, and that we were able to learn a lot of different types of work that's being done. and get some really concrete tools and applications and skills to help us move ourselves forward.
Information about community connection. We did a wonderful exercise this morning, having us get out in the community and actually experience it, and we have had a wonderful time. If you were not here, I feel so bad for you, and I hope you're able to get the resources, but come, plan to be here next year. We want you, we want your experience to add to ours and our sharing. Love you.